Welcome back to a video where I am very ill. Hopefully it doesn't spoil it too much, but it's a great entrance to the topic that we're going to be talking about here. This weekend, I've been thinking a lot. I've been thinking because I'm in a little bit of an interesting state. As you may tell from the video and looking at myself right now, I do look quite tired. And I am. I've not slept properly in about a week. As you may tell as the video develops, I can barely breathe. And again, that's all due to just the flu. It's no big problem, but sometimes when you're in these positions, you get into a bit of an emotional state. Now, I'm not going to say I'm going to start crying or anything, but what I am going to say for certain is, it's had me questioning a lot of things. As you know, you don't want to go out very much, you want to sit in bed, and I'm just there like, what's going on? Anyway, it's inspired this video as I want to talk about motivation, expectations, and looking forward to things in life. I want to make this video for a younger me, and also, inspired of what I was feeling earlier this week, as I didn't really have much to do and didn't want to do anything, created a bit of a mental cycle in my own head. Anyway, let's talk about this. We're going to be talking about optimism and understanding your future in life. I want to make this video for younger me right now, who's starting to get the hang of things, but still has a way to go. The biggest fear that we often have is uncertainty. Now, it's easy to say all this stuff, but it's true. When we're going from school to college, college to university, and in my case, coming off university and going into a job in the next year, or starting my own business and asking if I want to run that professionally, I don't really know what I'm going to do. And that is one of the more scary times. You imagine everything, mainly the bad stuff. What happens if I don't get a good mark in this degree? What happens if I don't make friends in my new school? What happens if I don't complete this task? All of this creates an environment where you're definitely questioning things. And especially when we tie this into the wider picture of life, it's something which we all face at some point. Whether it's just a day-to-day, anxiety, if you will, of going out, or if it's something that you've got a big project to work on and that's what's keeping you up at night. What I've learned over the past couple of years is nothing ever pans out the way you think it does. We all start a project or goal with a plan in mind. Over the years, I thought I was going to do all sorts of professions. I thought I was going to, be my own business owner, which is looking like something which could happen and probably will. I thought I was going to be a doctor, a CEO, all of these different things. And things never go to plan. That sounds like a pessimistic tone, but it's not meant like that. What I'm saying is, no matter how well we plan, we don't always get what we think we're going to. Sometimes we get better, sometimes we get worse, but we don't often get the plan. And that's what makes life fully exciting. So to the younger people watching this video who may be, the age I was a couple of years ago, questioning a lot of things, I have to say, embrace the journey. Have a plan and do everything in your power to get ahead, because let's face it, if you don't, you are going to be on the same path as everybody else. And especially when we're talking about a channel here based on excellence, and we want to achieve the best for ourselves, our futures, our families, and all that kind of stuff, we obviously do need to do things differently to what most people do. But it doesn't mean we can't still enjoy the unexpected. It's something which for years I've been trying to conquer because I hate it, really. And I can't say I love it now, but I'm starting to learn how important it is to embrace it. So let's say this time 3 months ago, I thought my eBay shop was still going to be up and running. I was probably going to be at 50k in revenue a month by now. Guess what? It didn't work out. Obviously, that's unfortunate. Obviously, I still did what I did to get myself ahead by starting the shop, by running the shop as long as I could, but things never work out how you plan. And on the other hand, I may have never even learnt to get into the eBay shop, if I hadn't have started. Over the years, I've been told by loads of different people, loads of different things. I've been told things which have impacted me in a positive way. I've been told things which have impacted me in a negative way. Overall, it's just part of the experience, the learning experience, and the fun of life. So for those of you who out there who are struggling with embracing the struggle, if you will, it's tough. We want that thing now. We want to be the best athlete. We want to be the richest person. We want to be the CEO. We want to be the person who passes with an A star in our exams. But that day will come. It doesn't mean that we can't enjoy now for what it is, though. This is a bit more of a philosophical and general life message, really, and it might sound obvious to some. I hope it does. I hope this is really common sense, but a lot of these videos I make for myself and for people who I know are in the position that I am in or have been in the past. Especially when you really think that you have those big ambitions and you really do want to make something of yourself. If you have a day or a week or a month where you're not working directly towards that, it sometimes feels like you're failing. But there's nothing wrong with that. Obviously, failure is not good, and that's not what I'm saying at all. What I am saying, though, is to not work on something for a week or a day isn't necessarily failure. Obviously, this month I've not been able to get my eBay back. I've been trying, but it wasn't the case. Now, obviously, if I did, I'd be very happy, but it doesn't mean I'm going to be depressed because I didn't. Like, let's think this one through, okay? Yes, I haven't sold anything on eBay, but it's inspired me to look for new avenues, some which might be even more profitable. And I've always got the same things that I normally could do that I can focus on. I can still enjoy the lovely summer sunshine, well, coming into winter sunshine now, to be honest, but it's still nice. Different sunlight, different environments, different people, new people that I meet as still a student. And I've got a long, hopefully, life ahead of me, all being well. So to say something so minor as the eBay shop's not working, or this hasn't happened in this length of time, I'm not going to worry about that stuff anymore. And I recommend that you guys don't as well. Keep a plan, adopt that plan as and when necessary. That's another thing that I've failed on recently, failing to adopt my plans, having a rigid plan, and then obviously things change, and you're like, well, that wasn't in the plan, and then you think everything's going wrong. But if you adopt the plan, you don't worry about this. Start off with a basic plan, understand nothing's going to go 100% on this plan, but have it. Then take that information, work with it, get yourself in the best position possible, but also be happy to embrace the new experiences, for better or for worse. Looking back over some of the worst times in my life, some of the things which I really hated the most, to be honest, at the time, some of the things which really depressed me when I was there, and made me feel really sad and upset and anxious and nervous and all that kind of stuff. When I look back on those days now, I have to say, I'm super proud. Like, some of those periods have to be the most proud I've ever been of myself. And all I did really is just get through it. Obviously, I did stuff to get myself out of it, so I'm not still in it. I progressed in the fields that I wanted to, which obviously cheered me up. But what I'm saying is, right, when you're down, when you're not where you want to be, when the path's not gone the way you expect, just understand that's part of it. And it's hard when you're in the moment. I believe I'm in the moment myself again right now, which is why I was thinking that way earlier this week. But when I start to flip myself out of it, rationalize it, and when you've got that prior experience, which most of you have, right? Because if you've been in a worse position in your life than you are now, you understand how it feels to feel worse. So you guys understand it just as well as I do. When you're in that position, though, it's quite tough. Sometimes all you have to do is get through, but I must say, don't give up. But it doesn't mean that you can't embrace the opportunities and experiences that you have. Right now, or in recent years, I've always found it something somewhat depressing that I've not got, a couple million, a nice Ferrari, and all that kind of stuff. And it's not the best scenario. But I'm young, I'm fairly happy, I've got lots of stuff to do, and I've got lots of stuff that I can do. I've got my free will, I've got my free time. What more can you have than that? It's about balance and understanding that. That's the tough part. When you're in the worst times, or the times that don't feel so good, it's easy to get distracted. But for those who need to see this and need to hear this video, I hope it's helpful. I just want to talk about the fact that we all get there, we all don't feel great sometimes, and we all lose our motivation. But that doesn't mean that you can't enjoy the path also. Enjoy the struggle, embrace the struggle, and remember, whilst it might not be your happiest moment, to use a cliche phrase, triumphing over that adversity will be one of your more proud moments looking back, remembering how tough it was and how well you believe you've done since. So thank you so much for watching this video all the way until the end. I hope you enjoy these sorts of videos. These ones are the ones that I make more for myself than anybody else really, because sometimes I, to be honest, need to tell myself this sort of stuff, and looking into the camera, editing it, and having myself rationalise this stuff back so I can watch it sometimes is what I need. Hopefully though, it can help some of you guys along the way too. We're all on this path together, and we all want to see ourselves and each other do well. So remember, be kind to other people, but most importantly, be kind to yourself, as this is often the hardest thing to master. But thank you for watching until the end. If you enjoy these sorts of videos, don't forget to like and subscribe. And of course, we do also make content related to other lifestyle elements, my experiences talking about business and finance, alongside just general life. This is my channel where I want to sort of document how I'm feeling, what I'm doing, what I'm making, how I'm doing it, all that sort of stuff. So thank you, and I hope to see you in our next video, which will be out hopefully tomorrow, as I do want to bulk edit a few videos tonight. Thank you, and again, see you soon.